So students, today I am going to talk about EMF of cell and internal resistance of cell. But before that, we should know clearly what is cell. So cell is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy. And essential parts of a cell are there is every cell there is a vessel. So first part is vessel. Again, inside the vessel there is electrolyte. Second component of cell is electrolyte. Third component is cathode. And fourth component is anode. There is another fifth component, depolarizer, which is not necessary, but there is a defect of polarization in every cell that you will study in chemistry. To remove polarization effect, we use depolarizer. So fifth component is depolarizer. First cell, which was made, was Volta cell. After that, Leclanche cell, then dry cell. Now we are using lithium cells. So example, I will give you example of Leclanche cell. In first component of cell is vessel. In Leclanche cell, vessel is of glass. It is a glass jar usually. Nowadays plastic jar, fiber jar is also used. Electrolyte, there is solution of ammonium chloride, which acts as electrolyte, ammonium chloride solution. And for cathode, there is a zinc rod. Imagine it, zinc rod. And anode is carbon rod. Carbon rod. And carbon rod is surrounded by manganese dioxide powder in a porous part. Manganese dioxide acts as a depolarizer. So essential components of a cell are vessel, electrolyte, cathode, anode, and depolarizer. In Leclanche cell, I have taken example of Leclanche cell. Its improvised form is used in dry cell. Only difference in dry cell, this vessel is of zinc, and that vessel also acts as a cathode. Means zinc vessel acts as a vessel, also as a cathode. So in Leclanche cell, vessel is of glass, electrolyte is ammonium chloride, cathode is of zinc rod, anode is of carbon rod, and depolarizer is manganese dioxide. Now I will explain how chemical reaction gives electrical energy, how electric current is generated by chemical reaction. So zinc rod, which is immersed in this electrolyte, gradually slowly dissolves into the solution and goes into the form Zn is equal to Zn plus 2 electron. As one atom dissolves in electrolyte, it leaves 2 electrons on the rod. It leaves behind 2 electrons on the rod. As one atom dissolves in electrolyte, it leaves behind 2 electrons on the zinc rod. Therefore, slowly, zinc rod becomes electrically negative. Now, this electrolyte, ammonium chloride, is ionized as NH4 plus Cl minus. This Cl minus and this Zn plus combines together to form zinc chloride. Now this ammonium ion drags 2 electrons from carbon rod, 2NH4 plus 2 electron from carbon rod. It is converted into 2NH3 plus H2. So as it drags electrons from carbon rod gradually becomes electrically positive. Now zinc rod is electrically negative and carbon rod is electrically positive, and therefore a potential difference is set up between two rods. Zinc rod has negative potential and carbon rod is at positive potential. Clearly there is a potential difference between two rods. And now if they are connected by wire, current flows from higher potential to lower potential. And this H2 generated reacts with manganese dioxide and it forms. So this is how electric current is generated through chemical reaction in cell. Now I will come to my actual point, which I supposed to taught you, is the EMF, is the electromotive force of cell. EMF of cell. EMF of cells means energy consumed in moving 1 coulomb of charge from one terminal of cell to another terminal. If we start from this terminal to this terminal, suppose that this is a cell, symbol of cell is this, and this is a resistor through which current is flowing. If q coulomb charge is flowing from this terminal to this terminal and work done is E, then work done in moving unit positive charge from this terminal to this terminal is called electromotive force. Means electromotive force is defined as work done in moving unit positive charge from one terminal of cell to the other terminal, and clearly its unit will be joule per coulomb, or it is also called volt. And one thing I would like to clear, that what is difference between EMF and potential difference. Suppose that there are 3 resistors here. Potential difference across this resistor is V1, across this resistor is V2, across this is V3, and its EMF is E. Then EMF means work done is moving unit positive charge from this terminal to this terminal. Means E is the work done moving unit positive charge throughout the circuit. And this potential difference V1 means work done is moving unit positive charge from this point to this point only. V2 means work done moving unit positive charge from this point to this point only. V3 means work done moving unit positive charge from this point to this point only. Therefore, in this circuit, E will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So students, now I will discuss about internal resistance. Previously I have discussed about cell and how cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Now I will tell you about internal resistance. When current flows through this terminal to this terminal, then external circuit current flows to this path, and internally current also flows through this path. Then resistance of this much distance, this much path, means resistance offered by electrolyte of cell is called internal resistance. What is internal resistance? Internal resistance offered by electrolyte of the cell is called internal resistance. And what happens due to this resistance? Due to this resistance, whatever energy we draw from the cell, a part of energy is consumed in cell itself. And internal resistance is denoted by a small resistance, small r, beside the symbol of cell. Beside the symbol of cell, we make a small resistance by small r, and this denotes internal resistance. So, resistance offered by electrolyte of cell is called internal resistance, and due to this internal resistance, a part of energy which is drawn from cell is consumed in the cell itself. And for electrical energy, I have told you 3 formula. Energy is equal to I square RT, energy is equal to V square upon RT, energy is equal to VIT. If internal resistance is R and external resistance is capital R, then energy drawn from the cell is equal to I square energy drawn from the cell, I will write EIT. I will use this formula. And energy consumed in cell, I square small rt. Energy consumed in external circuit, I square capital RT. Divide each term by IT, you will get E is equal to I R plus R. It means current through circuit I will be equal to E upon R plus R. Also you can write E is equal to IR plus I capital R. E is equal to IR and I into capital R is potential difference across external circuit V. Therefore, V is equal to E minus IR, means potential difference across any component in electrical circuit is always less than EMF of cell. V is equal to E minus IR. It means potential difference across component across resistor is always less than EMF of cell. V is equal to E minus IR, and this happens because of internal resistance, because some potential is dropped because of internal resistance, that is resistance offered by electrolyte of the cell.